Welcome to Tetanam, the podcast for Africans by Africans. I do hope that you are well. Malika Ooma is my name, your host now and forever. We are here as usual to talk about Africa, the geopolitical issues, and most importantly, as creatives, how do we appear in this continent? How do we appear in our country, Kenya, in the continent, Africa, and throughout the world internationally? I feel like it's very important for us to understand that creatives are the solution. We are a solution, we are a remedy, we are healers, and we're also teachers, and we are also therapists of this world. We are gifts, and we're here to share our gifts and to talk about them and how we can help each other, how I can help you, you can help me. So join me once again on this journey of Tetanam. Superstar niaje?
Hello.
How are you doing?
I am good.
Ati sasa umebadilisha sauti.
Sijabadilisha sauti. Ni dimina tu. Dimina kidogo jamani ya screen.
Hello.
You have to be likable on screen.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing good.
Mm-hmm. How's your day?
I'm doing great. My day has been amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm from seeing my mother.
Oh.
Yeah, who I had not seen in a while.
How is your mommy?
Well, a while is relative, but in my world, that is a while.
How is your mommy?
Mom is doing fine.
That's great.
Mom is doing amazing.
That's great.
Amekataa tu kunywa uji nimemletea, so sikushua.
Kwani unadhani mama yako anakunywa uji peke yake? Ama mama yako anakunywanga uji peke yake?
Unajua zile vitu zenye unapatiwa ama zile vitu unakuwa nazo, uko like hii inakaa.
Hii inakaa ya mzae.
Hii inakaa kupelekea unajua.
Hiyo ni ku-stereotype.
Uko like hizo vile unafikiria hii atakuwa excited. Hii atakuwa like guy wewe shiri ati yoshuru man. Hi. Anyway.
Lol. Please introduce yourself, and here on the podcast I say give us your bio. Yani
man,
sema kila kitu.
You should have told me to go through it just before I came.
Yani uji bio yako?
I mean, you know, some of us, it just keeps on upgrading. But keeping up is just, it's a struggle. It's a lot. I have to study for it because, man, even I am surprised for who I am becoming every day. But in the simplest version, my name is Dason Gakenga. Should I be looking at you at the camera as I say this?
You can look at either or. But you're having a conversation with me.
Yeah.
Why am I giving you direction na when msanii bro? Nini?
Anyway.
Ukishooting kitu unaangalia menjes.
Wacha niingie basi in my sana element basi msanii element. Kidogo mpaka nifike pwani pale sasa nianze kuzungumza kwa Kiswahili. Jina ni Dason Gakenga. But ain't it just easier if you called me your buddy? Get it? Get it?
I get it. Yes. I get it if you get it.
Yeah, if you get it, you get it. So yeah, aka buddy, I am primarily an actor, but overly a performing artist. I like to say that acting is the one thing that makes me cool. It's a very central part of my identity. Mm-hmm. And through it, I have been able to like delve into all other matters or all other forms of performing art. I am nahusishwa sana na sanaa ya ukumbi ama ya jukwaa ambayo ni stage acting.
Tangu watu wengine waende coast.
So yeah, I am mainly a stage actor. One of my AKAs actually, I am a self-proclaimed stage beast. It's usually on my IG bio when I feel like a beast, and then there's times when I just feel like another actor. So I just pull it down.
Why?
Until I go back into that. Because it's like an alter ego thing.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get to that one.
Yeah, but that's the simplest version of it. Career has been mostly decorated by theater, like stage plays. Mm-hmm. Started off quite interestingly with musicals. You might know about that. Yes. Now everything else, man. I pride myself in being, I would like to say, having lived a very versatile theater career, rather, or having worked on very many different forms of, like, you know, of stage performances. Yeah.
Okay, so even before you, like, I want you to, like, take us through these different forms, but even before we get there, how did you get the name Buddy? Like,
Oh.
Buddy, like, no lie, because I met you as Buddy.
Yeah.
And then when I hear your name is that, I'm like, who the fuck is that?
But it's still a cool name, ain't
It's a cool name.
Yeah, if you hear.
You look like your name also. Your name is you. It suits you. Kuna watu wengine
I've never said that before. Ati. Kuna watu wengine.
Nafani wache kukupapasanga watu, but I need to stop making people feel this good.
It's a good culture. It's a very good culture. I do it myself. I try.
But yeah, you look like your name. Unajua kuna watu wengine wakangeka jina yao. Like I don't look like my first name, whatever my first name is. Either way, I don't look like my first. Erica looks like her name.
Okay.
I look like Malika. That's the thing.
Unajua.
I look like my second name.
Should I let out that secret here?
What secret?
That I actually don't also look like my first name. You do not know my first name. Trust you me.
I don't know your first name. It's not
unless I sent you M-Pesa. Well, it is null and void because I refuse to recognize it anyway. Being my only common name. Yet all my others are as unique as me. I was a bit, yeah.
You're like, parents.
So much so
What
that I
happened?
once actually researched on the process of how to like change it on documents.
Oh, I also have done that process. Like that, it's a long process. Me, I'm telling you, I'm still doing it. It's a very long process.
I'm content with that, so I can go for sure.
You're good. It's a very long, and the people who keep telling me, you in Kenya, you can't remove. I'm like, watch me. Watch the space.
They don't think it's a thing here.
I'm like, watch the space.
It is.
Watch the space. Ne?
Man, sijui experience yako imekuwa gani, but last time I checked, last time, ilikuwa tu kupata information in Lele Man, whatever, forums. I think ilikuwa, unalazima upende kotini, whatever, na ilikuwa around 40 Gs or so.
Yeah, it's like, right now, no, by the time I was checking, it was like 50 Gs. I don't know how I'm panda. The money is not even the issue. The money is not the issue. The process
Ni mambo mingi
is the issue. The amount of, you have to go to the chief, you have to go to which registrar, you have to go to you.
Nani hata najua chief siku hizi?
Mimi najua chief
Unajua
yangu.
chief juu hiyo story.
Mimi najua chief wetu.
Nataka kupigia story ya vaje kitambo chiefs walikuwa a thing, but sai ni hata sijui chief wetu.
So how did the name Buddy come? Buddy
came about. Hey, it's an interesting story. It's a long short story. It's a long short story.
Okay.
I have said it before, I've told it before, and maybe not on a platform where it will be seen by a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so najua structure.
I feel like I don't know it.
You see how, I start with, you see how, I don't know if it happens for all other communities, but kwa sisi wa Kikuyu, mashosho sana sana ukienda Shago or something, there's this thing they have where, when they're trying to call one of you, they will first say like 4 other names of other people, right? Yeah? They'll be like, what you call? Sorry, Shido, No, Mudhoni. Tokoje mwikoshiwa. Kitika hiyo. So, that is what was happening.
Okay.
To now. Someone who is actually not old and I don't know how Kikuyu they are, but my sister, because there's such younger generation, lakini pengine alikuwa ameingiwa na spirit ya the person she is named by. When she was actually trying to call me. But the problem is not that she didn't know my name when she was calling other people's names. The problem was I had too many nicknames as a kid. Too many of them, courtesy of being a fat kid. Yeah. If any of you can tell that I was. I don't know when people can't tell anymore.
You don't have signs and symptoms.
Hey, me, I see it in videos sometimes. I just watch my video and like, guy, there he is. There he is. But, so courtesy of being a fat kid, I had so many nicknames. So siku moja tu niko nje, nacheza akienda kuniita. Part of my nicknames were fat. So, of course, Kababa, Kanono, hizo zote. So one of them was very unique that my uncle had given me. My uncle called Gigi was Kabadi. Yeah, because of unajua. So everything to do with chubbiness, I had that name. So siku moja toka like, nani, Kababa, nani akaenda kusema Kabadi. But juu process ya kusema kila kitu on top of each other ikatoka to somewhere kusema in the head akasema Buddy as ya mwisho. Na hiyo ndio nilikuja nayo, nilitika nayo.
And it stuck.
I don't even know if she remembers this. But then we're like, makes sense. Kijana hata ameanza kukua mkubwa. So kala lazima ilikuwa anguke at some point. Ikakuwa Buddy sasa, Buddy. Well, you would say it as Buddy if you take it from Kabadi. But now, of course, I got to choose the pronunciation and the spelling to it later.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't exactly a written thing.
Oh my gosh, that's such a cute story, Nola.
Yep.
That's a really cute story. Who would
And
have
very
thought?
few people knew my actual name up until, I don't know, yani profession, up until where I need to write actual
Your name.
documents.
That's true. Because I remember I didn't know your name. Even yet we were in class together.
Yeah.
I didn't know your name. I think till we were doing our monologues.
Mpaka watu wa high school wako wanajua jina yangu. Na high school ndio the one place unaandika jina yako kwa kitabu every other day. Kwa sababu even my box ilikuwa imeandikwa body, my uniforms body.
Everything body.
Yani nilikubalika na everyone.
I get you.
Uh,
I get you. Okay,
yeah.
damn, that's nice. I like how that name came out, and I like how we've gone with it, and that's basically how everybody knows you. I think. It's
Pretty
very
much.
hard for me. Nikisikia mtu akisema Dason, I'm like, mimi najua ka Dason moja lakini ai.
Yeah, mimi ukinikoligi
kweli.
ukinicall tu kwa like, hi Dason, kwa like, hello. Because I have to change. Now hii ni kazi. Hii ni kazi.
I know that thing kina venye sauti iko.
Ukianza na hey, yes. It's like, yes. Yes, you are speaking to Dason indeed.
Who am I talking to?
Who am I talking to? But yeah, juu ni very rare.
Why theater? Like, we met in theater and you've touched a bit, I think very little of screen.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
very little.
Like you've barely touched screen.
Barely.
But why did you stick it with theater? Personally, I think theater is the best. I think all art, everything came from theater. All some sorts of entertainment came from theater.
Yep.
Like even the reason why theaters were made were to entertain the populace when the government were busy doing their nonsenses.
Going to make up
You know?
Propaganda-ish.
And and now seeing how you have stayed so true to it, like what's ni nini imefanya ubaki theater?
Mapenzi yake. Yeah, I have this comparison that I give whatever relation where I say that film was actually my actual love, the crush, the crush I used to crush on since tukwe wadogo, since Raima, the girl that I wanted to have throughout my life. Yeah. But just the one that was too much of a diva for me, and then this side chick came in called theater. That was just doing the most. She was just doing the most. And we had to get that title off her and give her that main title.
Okay.
I actually kind of stumbled on theater. For real. It wasn't a conscious decision that nataka kufanya theater. Sijui kanaweza get into the story of how.
Please do, ulijipataje by the way?
Nilimaliza chuo. High school, nilikuwa one of those people wenye nilikuwa najua for a fact kutoka kitambo what I want to do. Nilikuwa najua nataka kutoka. When other people were looking for grades to go to uni, I was like, man, I need to get to KIMC. Because at the time is the biggest school I could hear for film and, TV. I was like, I need to get out of here and figure out how I do KIMC and become a filmmaker. Meanwhile, I need to get out of here and figure out where the National Theatre is. Because I just need it somewhere in town and I have seen it in my head from Nairobi Half-Life. So I know how it looks. If I see it, I know it. Yeah.
Uko na picha kwa kichwa.
But even when I was looking for it, I wasn't looking for it in the Indian Funny Theatre. I was looking for it because as a kid doing drama, one of my trainers had mentioned that National Theatre ndio kuna posters ya hizi auditions zote. Na hiyo ile time machachari imeshika tahidi yako like, hey, ukitokea tu KNT. Sasa niko class 7 niko like, walai. Okay, napiga sabu zangu.
Na bado hujaingia high school.
Sawa. Bado sijaingia high school ita. Niko like, okay, so nikienda KNT opposite kutoka hapo. Alafu tufanye audition yako. Nini? Huwezi kusanya mwito after a while. Unajua, rather that's what I told myself. So yeah, nikamaliza form 4. Mimi hiyo mpaka huko Kenya National Theatre nikitafuta posters za audition za nini. Anyway, sijui mbona uko siku hizi hakuna. Hebu nisi lose my day of thoughts. It's how I stumbled on it. Yeah. So yeah, I finished high school other than kwenda kutafuta National Theatre. Nilitafuta siku ya kwanza nikaenda mpaka Arboretum. Juu nilikuwa najua mali ukipita UON. Sasa mimi sikujua ni gate ya UON gani. First mimi niko kwa hii university we. Nikijua nikipita UON nafaa kuona nini. But nikaambiwa alafu after that tutaona KBC. Wajamini nitembea hiyo barabara hiyo St Andrews. Mpaka ikafika 6 p.m. Nilipata KNT siku ingine.
Oh my gosh.
Na bado sasa sikupata expectation yangu ya KNT sikupata vile nilikuwa naitaka. But meanwhile I had just got another audition. Nilichanuliwa sana at train our high school. I left high school, and by the time our results were out, I was in a film school in January.
Vibes.
Yeah, to just show you how film was exactly what I knew.
Yeah, okay.
And I was actually halfly sponsored because it was from an audition. They were just taking talented kids and whatever because zile sio schools zenye tiza grades na whatever. So even before grades talking, nilikuwa chat bit kwa film school. But sasa long story short, hiyo ilibako kiplani juu management ili change. Scholarship yangu iko acknowledged, the next one nikajapata KCA. So sasa nimeanza kwenda auditions. Zile tu zangu za screen hapo ndio napata na theater. Nimeanza kwenda auditions. Nimeanza kutafutana na groups za auditions. Ndio nikaenda audition na meet mse, uko na WhatsApp group ya audition. But each time I natafuta nini? Film and TV. Then one day I stumble on one on WhatsApp. Someone texts on a group that I am. Hey, hello, tomorrow we have auditions somewhere in Pangani and whatever at this time. And this is happening. Basically, come for the audition. Then I called the number or call the number for more details. I called the number. It's like, Mambo, poor sana. I don't know if it's something about my voice. I don't know if I sound serious or whatever, but I am some sort of,
big guy.
Yeah, like, hello, and I've seen auditions. I was hoping to show up for them. So I need more details on location and everything. I go like, unfortunately, atuna auditions a film na TV sahi, almost very ako very composed, nikana nikosea, nikana speak to some star mwenye unajua
like, oh my god, I'm about to let this huge person down.
That doesn't anything. So unfortunately atuna nini, but for now so mkona
auditions
ni auditions inakuangaza filamu na TV. Auditions zetu for now ni za theater. Okay. So ni auditions lakini. Ni auditions. Auditions ni za theater. Okay, so mko wapi? Tuko Pango, mahali panaitwa Liberty Auditorium. Nini akanieleza. Sawa. So of course I have a feel of, did I really understand theater vizuri? Other than zenye watu walikuwa wanakuja for set books. Mimi nilikuwa understand theater as set books. Mpaka brango alikuwa mnasifanya. Na si tu kupata opportunity ya kwenda kuzi watch kwa theater. Sisi zilikuwa zinaletwa shule.
Zinakuja shule.
So we are a good number. So zinakuja tu kwa hall yetu. So mimi najua tu stories za drama na nini. Like theater sawa. Acha nitakam. Nitakam. At this point after all nimeenda auditions kadhaa asking.
What's the worst that could happen?
Wacha nione ingine ni gani. Nikaenda. Nikaingia Liberty Auditorium. You should, I don't know how many people know about it, and even to see commercial as much, but it's actually, I think, one of the, before Jane Bavan was built, I'd like to believe that it still had the biggest capacity in Nairobi before Jane Bavan. Yeah. Iko Pango tu mahali.
Wow.
Mahali hata zimejificha mtu hawezi imagine.
I need to look for it.
Mtu anakula tu jaba hapo mpaka uwezi ujua kuna kitu inaendelea. But it's an actual auditorium. So I think, anyway, hiyo ni conversation to have, yeah, theater spaces in the country na nini. You really have, ili changes, I think, ni a kanisa or something. So nikaingia, the moment niliingia, anyone who's been to Liberty Auditorium, iko na the typical, theater feel na nini. Actually, I want to apologize for calling theater aside because there's something. When I went into nilifungua kimlango kikubwa, sije tu zilikuwa. Kulikuwa na kifeel, kulikuwa na okay. Rada na kaku.
Hapa ni wapi?
Unajua hapa ni wapi manze? Inakaka ile place yenye mwasi. Kwa Nairobi Half Life akiingia nini theater for the first time. Inakaa hiyo base na ninaona wase kwa stage wakifanya hiyo stuff. So nikakuwa like okay, I like the feeling inside here. Ngine kachini hata kuko na mseti. Unajua venye nimeweza kuingia auditions standard X and whatever. I actually walked into a rehearsal. So yeah, so that was, the audition wasn't a audition at
a typical audition.
So many unakam tu kwa rehearsal yao alafu after rehearsal wataku nini. So I think it's part of also how they just used to establish nani yako serious na nani yako. But me already nimesha strike interest. So nikaka chini kwa hizo viti. Nika it's a movie type shit. Nikacheki wase hapo wakipiga mistari. At the time ilikuwa both trying to Fisher Minor, kicheki mapiza na actor. I think they'll stage your time na Jeff Jefinski, he's a poet. Walikuwa your time kwa theater. I think walikuwa kwa stage. Ni unapiga mistari. what is happening? Then rehearsals ended. When rehearsals ended, the guy who had called me, the one I talked to, was the stage manager, Marvin Kibicho. He tells me, okay, tulongea nawe jana na kuna boss mwingine pia amekaa hapo pia amekaa. Akalika, oh, so I'm interested bado kwa audition kama ye. Si nahitaji tu ku act. Mimi sitaki kujua mna acting, mimi nahitaji kama ni ku act, najua ku act.
I'm there.
Aya. Pana stage mtufanye kitu tu. Hapa. Si ndio dance yako? Awazi.
Umebebo hivi?
Jameni, nini na happen? So we know boys tulifanywa hivyo. Nikapanda na nikapiga some scene from a script I had done in drama now, in drama festival. So, yeah. Nikafanya. I hate to brag, but I didn't have the typical drama nini that people have, I guess.
You don't hate to brag.
I mean, yeah.
Imagine, I always tell people, if you know, kama unajua weni mnoma, imagine accept weni mnoma.
I think mimi nilikuwa tu tayari kwa hiyo mindset ya nilikuwa nishaona. Nimeona, like nikiona mafilamu na nini, like I know this thing we do huku drama, si venye acting watu wanafanya
kwa TV.
So, yeah, so I'm also, I'm picking it up too just naturally, and I'm trying to do it more naturalistic and everything. As much as even the scripts were the lines were very almost zinakusukuma kwenda hiyo side. So nikapiga, and the guys were actually impressed. I was like, hey, okay, good, they were actually impressed. And then like, kesho, same time.
Kuja.
Sawa. Came kesho, same time. Watch the rehearsals again. Didn't do anything now. But ikiisha sasa nimeweza ku make friends. Nikaongea na msio sound. Pale kwa Jimmy. Kwamba so hapa rada uko gani? Show ni nini ama ni when ama nini. Akalaka sisi tunitofanaka. Okay. Wazi. I've had that name even when I was I found Naka was a popular name. Lakini so ni theater na lakini ni set book theater.
Set book you're like.
Nikasikia set book niko like,
oh God.
Siko sure.
Yeah,
I knew what set books were. My brother had a proper experience with set books. The typical ones. Those who know. Anyone who's in the innocent has started from set books, no, it's not easy. And a lot of...
Those are very many books. Those are very many books to know off head, first of all.
Yeah, and it's not even about the nature of the craft itself. Just the system around it.
Its environment.
And how people are doing it. I think it needs a bit of regulation by now, and to because it can be done properly.
What is the issue? Actually, let's dive into that. What's the issue?
Wamecheapen craft sana. Stories are producing na nini zimekuwa very... anyone who's just done a show or two with some group can go outside and start their own group.
People are not respecting the craft itself.
Anyone can start a group. Wanaweza kuta hawana shows, but kuna katim siju kako wapi huko Kayole, kuna katim kako wapi siju huko Dandora, kanafanya nini, wase wengine ni makon tu, wanachukua wase siju wanapeleka wase kwa bedsitter gani hizo, wanafanya sheria so for months, alafu hakuna show, ama wanapeleka siju wapi wanawachwa. Ma actors wanajua hizi stories, unachwa siju huko Nyeri, yani wanatreat watu juni, wana take advantage mostly of watu wametoka high school na wana kitu ya kudu. Most of them wengine hata kuagi actors. So hata pia wakiingia hata in the craft, kuna tu ile pia hakuna as much respect for it. Ni pesa rahisi kawa wataipata, iwashikilie, ni extracurricular activity. Na pia tu, because of that, because everyone being able to do it, and unajua without regulation, it has just been cheapened even to now affecting even the quality of the productions and everything. Pole naongega sana, but long story short, wakaniambia nifanaka na ni set books, nikakuwa rethink your story. Again, like I said, my brother come have, na nilikuwa joto mimi, mimi sijatokea hapa nje kwanza vigero. deadly.
Send
Mi lazima
the
nianze
set
kwa
book.
TV. Send
the set book.
Nianzie na kitu serious, unajua. Alafu all of a sudden, but so we had been made to believe, me and a lot of people, I think a lot of Kenyans knew just that set books ni ile ya traveling.
Yeah.
Ile traveling theater.
Yeah.
Ile ya kwenda kwa mashule, naeka curtain ya kared na viti za plastic.
Watoto wanakaa chini, kila mtu anaingia na 50 bob ama na 200 bob.
But actually kuna set book that doesn't kufanya properly.
Yeah.
Mpaka wa leo.
True.
Chufoya na Nini are doing it in an actual auditorium with actual theater
actors,
infrastructure,
with that structure,
lighting,
the plot,
and
the
whatever,
planning,
good
the everything,
sound,
proper production,
basically set at Nini. So they're like, yeah, sit down, Nini. So just before I was like, Monday si come, because I think it was Kutuka Friday, and like, Shambia bishtangu le mwingine,
I'm out of here.
Uongo mbaya, mina joi form.
I'm out of here.
Before I could do that, nikambo, but si atuendagi mahali. Even you know, so alafu uzuri naongea na msewa lighting. So I like, yeah, see, we do our productions here. With tech, with everything and whatever, we just dates are set out. It was serious by the way, because those ones have big business. Fanaga and the Chofo at the time, they had big business. So it is set out vizuri. Kuna dates. Schools are the ones that are coming to the theater.
Ineko kama trip. That's actually nice.
Yes, wanakuja to the theater to watch it. So it's been done proper. So we have set dates. Isi ile ya kuambiwa tuko kwa rodio tunangoza ati show iko lini ama nini, unajua ati tunaongea na walimu. Muna
rehearse for the sake of rehearsing.
For the sake of rehearsing mkingoja show hapana. Hii mko na actual set out shows. Zilikuwa zina sell out mpaka mashule ziko like unajua.
Yeah.
Zingine ziko like when's the next phase? So there was a phase in a semester, there used to be like 2 phases. Where you do like 16 days of show proper. And now that I come to think about it, that was a nice way to start. It was a nice kind of a school because professionally now, in fact, even outside of our country, commercially, theater is done like that, like unajua, repeatedly and whatever. So it was a nice need to pick up at the time that see a lot of us, sorry, because of Mali industry, tuna rehearse for 2 months, tunafanya show ya a weekend or 2. Ile proper yenye. You're almost being practicing like, you know, actual ninis do where you have shows for days. Like zikianza show, mlikuwa na like 16 proper days za do show. So
unajua wiki mbili straight ni wewe na line zako.
Una imagine venye ina flex your muscle, ina work out, yani ina work out your acting muscle na nini. Kwa sababu pia unatry unajua pia,
and also you're trying to use it up ndio wewe mwenyewe as an actor usiboeke.
Ukwe.
Because you know you're doing the same thing every day for 16 days. Exactly. Some of them zinakuwa back to back. You can be doing two shows a day, 2 to 3 shows a day. So it can be really
kwanza hiyo
I remember when we were doing Sarafina and we do like, I think the time we'd have like 2 shows maybe on a Saturday and a Friday. On the weekends we'd have like 2 shows. Nakwambia by the time tumemaliza tu half of the show, you're like, okay, let's get the energy.
Intermission ya the second show. Bana twendeni home guys.
How?
Naomba twende nyumbani.
Nani hajakufa? Huko so nso bado hajakufa.
Nani crocodile bado hajakufa. Hatujachoma bado.
Hatujachoma nyumba ya what was the role that Mato was. Hatujachoma nyumba ya Sabela. Hatujatoka kanisa. Hatujaimba freedom tena.
Guys, I know I said I love this thing, but Jameni, I need a break.
It's now you're imagining doing that for 16 days.
16 days. And you're not doing, okay, well, of course it's not the level of production like Sarafina where it's telling a lot. But even this one is, when you think about it, the books,
it still is.
Because the books also are in it.
And you have to get it right because most of these kids, you know, we're different. Yesterday we were actually talking about how we have different kind of learners. There are those who need to see it for them to be able to understand it. Yeah. And that's one of the beauties of theaters because I remember as Nikiwa high school, my Swahili books, I didn't read them. Because I'm like, it was very strenuous for me to read them. So villainly watch the plays. I was like, okay, now it makes sense. So now I have psych to read the book. Because now I even have psych to like, okay, let's read the book because I'm reading the book, but I'm seeing I'm on the stage, I'm sitting in the audience and I'm seeing it play out again. You know, so I like how
already
it's
in your head
you
as it
already
is.
have it in your head. So I really do like that initiative of how like that it might not look as zhush as Sarafina per se, but it has that impact of kuna mtu yanakuja hapa cause kusoma hizi vitabu ni ngori kwake.
Yeah.
And the kind of learner they are, they'd rather see it being performed and get it way easier and better, because it makes it feel like it's just another show I'm watching.
Man, it makes it interesting. It makes it something you wanna follow up on. It makes it almost entertainment. So this what they misuse edutainment. Yes, it kind of works. And should I? Hey, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not a secret. I'm allowed to say, but guess what?
What?
The same guy who did Serafina, our director, at some point, Stuart Nash and NPAS was actually going into doing set books.
I remember, so they did
imagine
Kigogo.
how they did Kigogo. And you know how
And I hear they brought us
braggadocious that guy
I
is
hear they
with
brought us
production
Snake on stage.
value.
Yes.
So
Dude.
you can imagine for students who got to watch, but ni venye nasikia mostly audiences yao, of course, kwa sababu ya the nature of the show,
Of the
probably
show's
how much it will
political
cost.
stuff, the
Ilikuwa
data.
mostly walikuwa wa studio international schools, mostly Mariara Manini, and for them, of course, they were watching, but they were hawaifanyi, unaona kwa IGCC hawaifanyi.
And it's a
So
Swahili book.
wanakuja tu kama kitu ya literature, wamekuja kujibamba.
Yeah.
Sasa imagine wale watu wenye ukweli wana
wangetafuta St. George's, wangetafuta watu wa Saints, wangetafuta to
of
the
course
schools
kadhaa
around.
waliwatch, niko sure kadhaa waliwatch wenye waliget kujua about it, na wenye schools zenye zilikuwa willing kupay for that nini. So una imagine how much more
how it was
with the production value. It's
even now talking about production value, I want us now to jump to NPAS.
yeah, hiyo kitu inaweza mkiopoa sana.
And how that's true. I think every single production should be treated the same in that you have to value it very highly. Every single production you do, that's what I believe. And that's something I say as a creative, is a way us being honest and truthful to our craft. Because ukipata mtu anafanya kitu ana half-ass it gets half. You feel it as the audience. When something is half-assed, your audience will always feel it. You know, and I think it's an unfair to your craft. And
to even the audience, the consumers.
Yes.
Because I dare relate it to integrity. It is just kama unafanya job na una put out a certain quality. Kama unajua you should put out a certain standard na una nini just because you can and still get away with it. Where is your business integrity there?
Exactly. Integrity, that's right. And if we can jump to, as I was saying, we jump to NPAS and how did you find yourself at NPAS? Let's start there. Because I can say for me, I went minimally we almost have a similar head thought, but a little bit different. I knew that I knew I was a creative. It was like, I know I'm a creative. I knew I was not going to do a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I think immediately after high school, I definitely knew I'm not going to do a 9 to 5. I've never done a 9 to 5 personally. And I'm like, I don't think I'm planning on never doing a 9 to 5.
Pretty much.
But I remember immediately talking high school, and I was like, I need to find a theater. I want to get into acting. And my mom was an actor at Kenya National Theatre, to be specific. So I was like, damn, this is actually something, you know? So I was like, nakwambia nilienda huko 3 months. Nangoja auditions. Because I had looked for this school. Because I was like, nimesikia kuna kitu inafanyikanga at a National Theatre. There's like this training thing. I was like, let me find out. I saw this KU offering theatre. And then I saw NPAS, and I don't know, I saw where else. Nikaenda, and something told me National Theatre would be better. Kambia bado auditions. 3 months. Every single week for 3 months, I was going, seeing Shiro. I'm like, auditions, okay, not yet. Auditions next month. Imagine. And when finally the auditions were now like, okay, we're now here. I was like, this one.
There's no you're gonna miss what.
There's no I'm gonna fumble this one.
Yeah, there's no.
I was like, there's no way I'm gonna fumble this one, you know. And then fast forward, and you're one of the people we met in the
class now.
In was it? I know when Helen's class together.
We actually met in Helen's
class. I don't think
together.
Who taught you acting?
Cause it was Davina also for the first semester.
No, I was a year ahead of you.
Yes, in the acting class.
Yes, in the acting class.
I think they just introduced
but in the music
class.
In the music class, we were together. Were we?
We were together in the music class.
We started together.
So I don't know how. Either the class started later on, like haikuanza cohort haiku roll out na acting.
Yeah, okay,
Ama
I
wewe
think
ndio
so.
uli
Anza
ingia
mapema.
choir music after umeshaingia acting for a while. Sijui,
because I started at the
but
same. I remember starting at. I did acting. I did acting. I did music, and I did production.
Training and production.
And I did production as well. And I know that is where. And then in production again, we met through Sarafina, because the thing of if you're a student here by default,
you get the.
You are an actor. You gotta do the show.
Yep.
And
not you gotta. You are actually lucky to do it.
Yeah.
Because some people actually end up doing crew and just helping out on other stuff.
And so, we were lucky enough.
So to be picked out for the Nini
was great.
Also a feat.
And I think that was one of, for me, I think that was that was the first time being on stage in that capacity, and then being like, damn, this is actually something I'm capable of, was kind of crazy. And we went to Nakuru. A funny thing, yesterday I was seeing some pictures that I took of Nakuru. I need to share. I need to share some of those pictures. Post them up. It was crazy.
That is because I joked about to make up a celebrity. That is the first time that was real celebrity status.
Nakuru was real.
But everyone in Nakuru knew was coming. We were coming.
Everyone knew. Dude, we did a show in the middle of the road.
Everyone knew.
In the middle of the main intersections.
Us getting shout outs in the club?
Bro, in the club!
Mpaka DJ anajua yani. Sarafina kuwe Nakuru. What the? Who are we? Who am I again? Alafu niambia sana.
So how was it now being in theater school? Because now what I'm getting is you were in the theater group for some time and then NPAS came after. So how was now that
almost
nimetoka stage kama actor, sana ningia stage kama mwanafunzi. That transition. And it's something you'd been looking for, but you've been looking for film mostly.
Yep.
And this is, okay, I'm going to teach you how to act, but I'm going to teach you both. How was that?
Mi nilijua nahitaji, first of all. Kwa sababu even from the point of view ya kujua nilikuwa nataka kwenda kufanya filamu, which I don't know if the situation is different, but of course inaendaga tu improve kidogo is also not something was unheard of. People did si watu wengi walikuwa na choose kitu kama film kustudy shule ama nini. Ilikuwa na watu walikuwa naifanya na hizo courses zilikuwa naoferiwa, but hata watu wengi aunge explainia hata watu ati kuna the side of film school. Si watu wengi, at least from my side of things. Ungeambia auntie yangu ati anafanya film. Oh, we had to tell them mauduma media. Vitu za media ndio.
Exactly, ndio shikanishe. They're like, okay, so that's fine. That's fine enough.
I'm trying to relate.
That's white collar enough.
That's okay. Hiyo kazi najua. Hiyo inakuanga. So, even just for being someone who in high school already had decided that nikienda shule ndio kufanya filamu. Hata when I stumble on theater na nikapata sasa kuna like acting classes na nini, nilikuwa jua nahitaji kwa sababu I had always, as much as I knew it was a talent that I was very confident I had since being a toddler, I was already sensitized and I was already work on the need for education in the arts or in whatever, in skill-based education, basically. So when it came up, I knew I wanted it. That number one, I knew I need training for sure. Missy, one of those people. They still, believe it or not, actors actors bigger than me, actors who've gone farther into the industry farther than me, who are still of the opinion that mambo ya sana si mambo ya kufunzwa, ni talanta tu. So that is one of the gospels I really like to preach. Of training is important. Everything.
I think it's very important because even as I was saying yesterday, we were talking about educating. You need to educate yourself on your craft because yes, you have the gift, but how are you watering the gift? Practicing it is not. Practicing ni kama kuharvest,
Yep.
But how are you making sure even as you're harvesting, the gift is still growing and growing and growing with your harvest,
in many other ways.
So yeah.
Easy digression in the same nini, but just to give an example, kuna actor mwenye alikuwa mko hapo for longer than me, ashani meet hapo tu kwa hiyo nini ya KNT, nikapo nikingoja class, ako like kuna classes unafanya classes za acting, so mnafunzwa si acting. Ako like, you know what she said, Why do you need that? We have directors.
But a director is supposed to teach you how to act. So they're supposed to direct you.
So pia, that's another thing that we might not delve into, but kuna nidhio in my language, which is niku what? Kudekezo ama kuna tumezoeshwa ama tuko almost entitled to at you get some form of training from directors. But in real practice, we know it just happens in this country because even directors wanajua wako tu na huruma wanajua hamna training. A lot of us hatujakuwa na hiyo privilege.
I think
but so watu walienda kufikiria hiyo pia ni job ya director.
Which is a problem.
Coach like coaching.
Which is a problem because technically the director needs you to know your craft, and that's one of the things I always say is one of the challenges in our theater and film space, in our acting space, let me say, in Kenya. Because you'll be watching something and you're seeing the person acting. Like, I'm like, dude, I can definitely see that you're saying the lines. You've crammed your lines. Your line said there was a comma. You've adhered to the comma. You know? It's very visible. And even for me being on sets where I'm seeing a director struggling with the acting, tell the actor, I need you to like... Don't think about the cameras. Don't think about the lines. How would you naturally say?
Tell you for a fact.
You know, and it gets frustrating. It gets very draining, and it's deteriorating our quality of production. But even the conversation we were having yesterday was saying these are different jobs and different roles. Kila mtu afanye kazi yake. Kila mtu afanye kazi yake. And also directors need to take the responsibilities. If you cannot act, you are not going to be. You know, I'm not coming to train you here.
Wanafapia kwa wanaweza inaitwaje? Like wanaweza make your call hata kwa unajua kwa their bosses, kwa their producers, because they're like no, me I want to work with actors that actually
can't act. I'm not here to train you.
Yeah, and
I'm here for the story, not for the actor.
Sounds a bit harsh, but
it is we need to be harsh. It is what it is, man. Because it's a reality.
Lazima kuona kitu
and we need to be harsh. Tukitaka industry yetu isonge. There's a level of harshness we need on ourselves.
It is.
Because there's a lot of criticism in our structures, in our systems, that we need to also take the responsibility and be like, we won't allow you guys to put us all in one box. You guys are putting us all in one box, and then we're all putting each other in one box as well. No, we know very well.
You're pointing fingers.
Thank you. We all know very well. Kazi ya director si kukuja kuambia actor vile nafaa seme lines. Kazi yake.
I was almost saying, we all know very well. We would like to believe we all know, but clearly there's some people who don't.
And clearly and there's a level of enabling, even on director's part. As we were saying, you need to put your foot down.
Put it down.
And technically, that is why you'd have multiple. This is now also another contributing factor is we don't our productions are small. Most productions are small, so one person would be doing the role of 3 people. You get, and then you don't understand that this is technically not my job. This is the job of somebody else. And even though you're a director, you're like, I know I'm directing this and I'm helping you figure out your lines.
Yeah.
This is not my job as a director. And as creatives, we need to be, you know, they say, tell your story before the world tells your story for you. Same thing.
Ndio usikue miss whatever represented miss.
Same thing. So we need to take that responsibility and be like, naifanya because hakuna mtu wa kuifanya. Lakini hizi kazi yangu. Let it be known. And you know, in every set you're imagining, if there are 3 people in every set who say, hii kazi ni ya anajama, by the way, hii kazi si yangu, ni ya huyu na huyu, hii ni ya huyu na huyu. You're imagining, kama ni watu watoto mwangia kwa hiyo set, but hiyo set ni ya watu 20. Those are 20 people who now know. So that if these 20 people go to other sets, those are 20 other sets, they tell another 20. So you see,
let it be known.
Let it be known.
Let it be known. There's still hope, by the way.
Imagine there's hope.
It's not a digression. It's on the same conversation, but just another example.
Yes, please, yeah.
Is I have been deemed. I don't want to use the diva word, but unajua.
Just use
I have been deemed
I'm not in your head.
Kusumbua. I've been deemed kukua akanasumbua. Because nata kuna sets nimekosa kuenda before part of my struggle with kuingia kwa screen wall. Nimekata kuenda kwa sababu ya hii ni a personal example. Imehappen mara kadhaa.
Happened?
Casting director ama mwenye alikuwa anafaa kureach out amesha reach out. na usually kwanza ni kama the smaller roles zenye naenda kufanya for 2 days ama Monday morning amesha reach out nini alafu after that anakwambia poa the wardrobe person will call you.
At what person will call you?
The wardrobe person will contact you nini and then the first text the wardrobe texts me is so uko na nini na nini niko na
I'm not doing for you wardrobe.
Sorry niko na nini na shida
mimi niko na talent.
Shida yangu iko
mimi niko na talent.
niko na other si talent niko na skill yani niko na product yenye mnataka which ni acting.
Niko nayo.
Si kufanya wardrobe na nini. So pardon me if I will not take it as easy. And sometimes, not that I haven't done sets with my own wardrobe. I have, especially this is in the projects na my friends na nini. Kwa sababu ni mtu ana acknowledge first of all that ukweli si kazi yako. Ni kwa sababu ya situation tuko na kuomba utusaidie. My problem is when you come at me making it look like I'm the one who's lesser disciplined as an actor ama who's not as prepared because I don't have a certain in ati alafu kuna swali wanapenda kuuliza hauna jinsi ya nini aje we ni actor aje mi ni actor jumi worked si jumi jeans. Excuse me please. So tukianza tu kukola out vitu kaa hizo za hata kama nitafanya tusikizane hapa naomba ukuje kwa unyenyekevu na unieleze hatuna uwezo wa hii na hii. So naomba ukuje na acknowledge that sio kazi yako. I could go on and on with examples, but basically it's what people need to do. Even for theater, it's the marketing thing for tickets. For the longest time, baada anajulikana kwa actor wa Maringo ikikuja kwa theater, ama one of the Maringos zenye nimekuwa nazo
ni because you're not promoting.
Hata promote show.
Have you put it in my contract? It's not part of, I'm sorry, but with all due respect, that's not part of my, it's not my deliverable. Because as we're saying, seriousness in the craft, people need to understand there are different departments for different things. And also in Kenya marketing, that is a big problem when it comes to the creative space. Because you expect, actor at a market juu ako ndani anataka watu waione. Yes, I want people to see. It's true. I'll put it because I'm in it. You know, I want people to come and see the show, but it's not my work to market it. It's not. So unless you as a and this is me speaking as a producer as well, as somebody with producer experience. Yes, not in theater, but I can talk about it in film, in others, in TV, and in podcasts. It is my responsibility to figure out how is this product being marketed. It is my responsibility. Thank you. It is not the responsibility of the actor. It is not the responsibility of the actor. If you want the actor to be part of the marketing plan, you have to let it know in the contract.
Let's have the conversation.
Have that conversation.
I hope to have conversation before nisikie ukisema kwa rehearsal ama ukimba committing ya nini that umse hajapost you for the last how many days. Sija bana wewe unanijua Malika. Ni mara ya mwisho nimeka status ni lini? Maisha yangu mimi mwenyewe sipost nini. Unajua I'm already struggling with my own social media. Alafu nataka kunigaslight kwa sababu sijapost nini yako. Bana mimi napatananga na wase kwa show. Watu wenye walikuja wangu nataka kuniambiwa wamekam. Like, ulikam, thank you. See, kama siku ipost izeni. Most of the times nitakumbuka their show.
Niko guys sijapost.
So kama tuko have a conversation, please.
They make actors call. Also there's something I've noticed and I've experienced.
Call clients.
Call people and based off I think how many people come, they personally bring, they get like an extra commission, which is such blackmail.
See, actually hapo ndio hiyo noma yangu ilianzianga juu kuna production niliwahi have kufanya kazi nayo yenye ilikuwa hizo na and I've done it now. After that one I did a couple others, but now at least I knew beforehand that in the first meeting I used to say, if there's anything you're giving me, just tell me, or tell me you don't have money and I will do it for you, because I've done shows for free.
Communication.
Please don't talk to me about commissions because I guarantee you I will not have them. I will not have them. I don't go around. Sina hiyo roho ya kutoka hapo nje kwa stairs kukua like manze jo ninunulie tiko
This is why I don't do sales.
Career yako act juicy juu kuna vitu siwezi fanya za sales na whatever. So please nimezifanya na wakiona hiki kitu wasichukulie vibaya. Nimezifanya wenye wanajua nimezifanya. In fact as recently as last December, kuna mori wangu mmoja alifanyiwa nini, na ni wale wase mlianza nao na nini, so you'll have to go and not you'll have to, but
from there,
you also want to.
Yeah, supporting.
From the word
it's
go,
the simplest thing as showing up. That's
from
how
the
we
word
support
kuuliza tu,
each
uko na
other.
nini ya kunipe? Kama una ni poa bro, mimi hatuna nini. Kama ukweli mimi nilikuwa nataka kufanya hisho, sawa, ni poa. Na wewe ukimaliza, if you break even, if you have something, si pia wewe ni integrity tu yako.
Hata kama nikataa unanisukumia, at least ya kuambia mtu asante.
Imeshiku kwa uongo. Watu wote wamefanya nabadi wako okay, na ungeni kama ni wengi, jipia sijafanya mob. Jipia sipendi. Ni kama 3 wenye nimefanya na hao wanajua. Tulikosaniaga. Wa kwanza ndio tulikosana kwa sababu clearly sikuwa nimeset things straight even. Ni kama I wasn't used to it. Then I knew it was a thing. So it's just sorry. So let's just call it out. This is what I do. This is what I do. This is what I do.
And I agree with that.
It is part of us growing. And I agree with you saying that we need atakama. You will do it almost subconsciously sensitize. Talk about it so that people keep it in their heads. It's that thing where this is our reality, but we need to still remind ourselves that this shouldn't be it.
It shouldn't.
This is not what we are aiming for.
Yeah. We can't, the creative economy is still quite young in Kenya, especially now moving with the digital phase that we have. And when I speak about creativity specifically to our country, I think it is very fair to say that creatives have had a very huge part in voicing out the issues of this country. And theatre has also played its role. There's from the Tomboya play to the Dedan Kimathi play. Man, and there's the John Sibi one that is now being worked on. There's like theater. I feel like theater has changed in a way, because I remember seeing theater was all about love shows, was like
for our country particularly
dynamics, comedies, rom-coms kind of things. And now we are getting serious in a way that wasn't seen. We didn't expect it. I really feel like nobody expected theatre to turn into such a finger-pointing element to the government. We were used to music doing that. We were used to series and TV shows and films doing that. But we were not used to theatre doing that, because even I remember there are some couple of plays, and I want to give NPAS their flowers. I think we should give Stuart his flowers.
For sure.
And I think people always have an issue with the fact that he's white. And I'm like, guys, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but at least somebody out of all the other Kenyan people in the theatre space, no one or very few have taken it upon themselves to talk about actual issues that are bothering us. And now you see what he's doing is taking actual stories and bringing them to life and reminding us, and it's reflecting so much with the times now. And also giving flowers to Too Early for Birds for doing the same thing, and they have a track record of actually doing that. So how is it as a theatre actor, seeing how theatre is now becoming very political? We're becoming very political, and I've been saying that the government is onto us. It is onto us as creatives. It is onto us as artists. It is onto us as freelancers. It is coming for us.
It is indeed a dangerous craft. You need to know.
It's so dangerous. It's coming for us. Like there are plays that were shut down in the 60s that are now being played again. And we're like, okay, will this place be shut down again? Because if these guys could shut down the TV stations, it's easy for you to come to the theater and be like, fuck this shit.
Yep.
So how do you feel as an actor, seeing how it's not just the music anymore, it's not just the TV shows, it's also in the theaters, and because theater is the OG of entertainment.
It is, and just artistic expression in terms of performing arts. Like it's the OG of
because people used to sing there, dance. It was always
even in these ways that we are talking about, like it being used politically, and bado ulikuwa forefront. Even the other way, even being used by the actual powers to like push propaganda and stuff. It has been used in the other way as well. My opinion would be, first of all, I am proud. I am very proud that it is happening. But I also it's just, I don't think it has just started happening. I think when you talk about music has been doing it, the other forms of arts that we are used to are more popular. Has been doing it, and now it's our time to do it as well as theatre. I feel like we have been doing it. It's we just tend to have a bigger voice now. We just we are in a time when a lot of people, a lot more people know about theatre. A lot more people are consuming theatre in the country, and theatre is a bit louder.
Yeah.
Like we're having billboards for theatre shows.
Yeah. We're having more shows. I feel like we're having more shows now.
And doing reruns all the time.
Than we did.
We're having more shows. We are at a very prime. Tuko kanini kazuri sana. Tuko kanini kazuri sana, na ndio maana hata nasikianga vibaya kidogo that ati nimetoka kwa world kiasi na niko kwa so another one that I'm very grateful for. I don't know if I'll get time to talk about it. But so you have mentioned yourself that Nini's used to be banned in the 60s. Kameredho walifungiwa. Watu wengi sana niko sure wamemake some controversial Ninis. So theatre imeshika kwa hiyo tu. Na nafeel imekuwa ikifanya, especially in the time of theatre when ilikuwa very unajua tumekuwa, mimi nafiligi ni kama kulikuwa na wave nyingine. Sitaki kuita wave, but kulikuwa na time nyingine. Theatre ilikuwa very ilikuwa na light.
Yes, that my mom was that. I think that was now the eras of my mom, because even she was, when I was getting into theatre, she was like, "Yo, that place was constantly with a buzz. There's a buzz that theatre had, and it wasn't just KNT peke yake.
It wasn't.
Any theatre you go, kulikuwa na kabaz.
Hizo maenzi za Phoenix na nini.
You know?
Na hiyo time, I think the only difference na hiyo buzz hiyo time na sai ni ati hiyo time, from my evaluation ama from stories nimesikia, because man, you know, many times I wish kwanza balcony stories, for those who know balcony, mara ngapi nilikuwa na kaga kwa balcony, nilikuwa like, guy, mbona siku hiyo time, mbona sikuzaliwa hiyo time, na mpaka na almost na wish almost ningekuwa kwa hiyo era ya theater na sio hii, but then nimelearn pia ku appreciate era yetu even better, even more. The only and I feel difference ni hiyo time kulikuwa almost na like a nini for it. It was almost demarcated. Watu walikuwa wanajua. Unajua zile vitu za
selected few.
Watu wa cool. Wewe tunajua mali tunaonanga. Wazi. It was one of those things. So as much as it had a culture, it was vibrant, it was nini. Because of its times, I don't know if it's because we didn't have as bigger platforms to make noise about it, like social media and vitu kama hizo, and it wasn't also big. Haikuwa, like I say, hiyo si time atungeona, niko sure hata kama sikuwa ama nilikuwa nilikuwa mtoto, hakukuwa na nini, si nilikuwa na watch TV kama mtoto, hakukuwa ikuja advert ya a theater show kwa TV.
There was never.
That was unheard of until juzi. Hiyo kitu happened like niko sure not more than 2 years ago.
No, maybe during Sarafina 2019.
Hizo matime, yani ni kitu more recent. So hakukuwa na nini ya push out to the masses na watu wenye necessarily it's not their thing as much.
And you want to make it their thing.
Now like reaching out to audiences that are outside of the ones that know us and that we depend on.
Yeah.
So we're in a prime time and we're a good time where we are also, now we are back to creating just as much. We are back to having a culture going. Nowadays, KNT ukifungua January, wallahi tena, I bet you iko booked up until past media.
I think the last couple of...
Maybe even the entire year.
I can say every time I've gone to KNT this year, it has not been dull. It has not been dull. And something about theatre is it stretches out to other forms of creativity. There's poetry, there's spoken word, especially those two. And I feel like those two are also a space that have robustly grown in our country. And seeing how creatives are understanding that I have a social responsibility with my craft to speak about the issues going on in my country, in my community, in my society. Now, even if we look at, I don't know how theatre is around Africa, but when we look at places like the US, let's say Broadway, for example, let that be a good example. You would find a show like The Greatest Showman is being run for a whole year.
Yep.
Every year, every show is sold out. Na hii show, si ati imechange.
Nile.
Si ati imechange. Maybe actors. Maybe actors imechange, costume imekuwa, maybe ni ngoma imekuwa, you know, kitwik. And you see constantly sold out. But then when you come here in Kenya, for example, I feel like that's something that NPAS tried creating with Sarafina, wanting to do it, make it a rerunning show.
A rerunning show.
And I think, for one, because Sarafina is not a Kenyan story, yes, we get it because most of us have grown up with this story. And right now, we are living this story. As Kenyans, we are a Kenyan Gen Z. We are actively the kids of Soweto.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And we're like, okay, we can't be in the streets.
We're just cool kids of Soweto with bandanas. We're just the cool.
With bandanas, na maji, na bas. Aki nimechoka kuprotest. Tende KFC. Ukonja. Utakula tu pizza ama tugeta buckets.
So we're just a bit...
Na niko na tear gas. You know?
Yeah.
So we are now living that. And... it's no longer a thing of, hey, me, I'm a poet. I'm just going to be singing about the love and the roses and the mountains and the... No. I'm also going to be speaking about the actual things of our society. Theatre has also always been a mirror of society in a way. I don't know if you've watched Game of Thrones. Please tell me you have.
I'm one of those people who... I'm going to break your heart. Who actually... I tried to get myself through the first season. Like, nah.
It's not that bad. Like, watch it as an actor. Don't watch it. Yeah. Don't watch it as an audience. Why I'm bringing this reference is because there is during the royal wedding. I think this is in season 3, the ending. Come out and watch. I don't care if I'm spoiling. By now, we all know how it ends.
So everyone talks about that.
Yeah, when Joffrey dies, if I'm not wrong, it has to be season 3, Keisha. During his wedding, there are an acting group of dwarves who come to do... I
didn't mean to laugh.
You know those memes when you watch something funny and then there's a pop-up of Jesus that's like...
Wewe
unafanya nini?
Nimewacha kazi ya Mungu.
So there was literally they were what's the word? They were acting out what's been going on because there's a war that's been going on. In the whole thing is literally just war. A couple of people who want to sit on a freaking seat of swords, which seems very, very uncomfortable, but it also seems very cool, I might add. I might want to just have a customized Game of Thrones kind of seat. That would be really cool. Anyway, and they were acting out what's been going on.
Happening, yeah.
And of course they're gonna make it funny and make it comedical and blah, 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 but the story itself is not funny because in the story, Sansa's brother. Her whole family, there's this episode called The Red Wedding, where her brother was getting married. He got married to this lady. He was not supposed to marry her. He was promised to Lord Frey's daughter, and then he broke that promise. Yeah. And then he was like, no, it's fine. We're going to be cool. You guys can comfort the night and shit. And then he ended up killing all of them. And that was The Red Wedding. And then they took his wolf because the Stark kids all had dire wolves. So they took his wolf, they chopped off the head, and they took his body, removed his head, and put the head of the wolf, and they tied it around, and now they were already killing it. So they did the same thing, of course, in the
play
exactly.
Wasani wetu special.
Wewe unataka kundingisha kwa mashida na munyako juu.
But at least they made the play short.
Yes, they made the play. It was like, but now with sing. But seeing now Sansa, I was telling you the reflection of now Sansa watching people make fun of what happened to her family. So that brings me to my question really. Can theatre and has theatre somehow contributed to some of the ridicule of society? Has it contributed to making fun of issues that go on in society? Because even in these rom-coms that we see, they are technically making fun of things. They make fun of, and there's always references that you're like, okay, that's funny, but that's dark humor funny, kind of, you know? So do we have that problem? Do you feel like we have that issue of, it's all fun and games, but is it all fun and games?
We have that thing. I'm not sure if it's an issue, but we have that happening. So my question would actually be, is it a problem?
No,
Is it really?
that's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, because with the arts and expressiveness, we really almost have that caliber ya kujiexpress. Or rather, mi sijui venye tulipata sana, tumeambiwa tukuna niwe ya kujiexpress in your way na nini. Na whose responsibility is it to take what from the performance? Because I have been. At kwanza venye ulikuwa sema ati has theatre taken part in ridiculing me? I'm like, not theatre alone. Dason Gakenga, who's part of Kenyan theatre, has taken part. Very firmly so. Yeah. And I'm saying this as I think of a certain production that is in my head.
Please
Those
say
who
it.
know of my career will tell you which one it is.
No, you can't just
like we did a lot of comedy shows with actually it won't be controversial, with Heartstrings Entertainment. I had a very good run with them. And I flexed my comedy nini there, like wamenijengia comedy maswali yangu proper. Na of course walikuwa na a different way being someone mwenye nimetoka kwingine na nimefanya plays zingine zenye tuna address issues of society in other ways and in serious quote unquote more serious forms. Unajua tukitry kupush a message nini, watu wamewachipia plays za Heartstrings na hizo zingine za comedy watakuambia and by the end of it bado kuna ile kitu mnachanga audience now.
Yeah,
but before mwafikisha hapo
hako zile za
we
what are you doing?
If you're a sensitive person,
don't go to plays.
Utatoka.
Don't go to plays.
By the way, utasikia umekosewa kabisa if you're a sensitive person. Because it can go all out. Especially because pia kuna ilo freedom. Hapo kwanza it was their style is improv. Their style is concept plays.
My gosh.
So
that's like giving you 100% creative control on the stage.
So structure is only up until a certain level.
Point.
Bora niko na story. It is one of the dangers, I think, even of especially that style, is that an actor will subconsciously, because they have power of improv and nini, will subconsciously also impose their own opinion on in their performance,
in their character.
Wata nini opinion yao hapo nonga kurushie. So kama actor mwenyewe as a person ni insensitive na ni ridiculing and I find that thing a joke nini atairusha. But so bado I don't have the answer of whether it's a problem, because then again, whose responsibility is it to take away what is needed to be taken from whatever we have packaged? And because also people come out with different things from one performance.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So ni mimi kazi yangu ni hakikishe niko na siku nini in any way, siku heart in any way. Ama ni wewe understand that is the house in which what you should get has been housed in, but you take what you should get.
This is your gift. This is your package.
Una realize how to stay away from saying message.
Yeah.
Send you to your message sana.
Kwa nini upendi kitu ya message?
Siko sure juni
but it is a message.
In today's world, it is a message.
Or a takeaway.
A takeaway, yeah, the one you
That's
want to
better.
take. So yes, theatre has taken part, because pia kuna the like nimesema kuna danger side ya Kenya actually tafanya na hiyo kitu, na pia kuna danger ya audience mwenye ako probably inclined towards the ridicule than the seriousness of the matter. So hata utakuwa umemgas up even the more problem itakuwa worse.
True.
But kweli ni fault yangu ama ni fault ya pia uonige tu venye mama ku take perspective ya things.
Okay, that's okay, not shida yake per se, it's a challenge.
Again, as we say, mirror.
We are a mirror, and that brings me again.
Kuna watu wana ridicule even in real life.
People are doing that like every day. Even again, 95s. You're 95. HR is ridiculing everybody because everybody thinks HR is there for you, but HR is not there for you. It's there for the company. You know, don't ever think that you can go to HR and HR will help you. Let's just get that straight. You know, that's a very good example of being ridiculed in this world, in this earth. But also at the same time, when we look at Kenyans, the nature of Kenyans, we make a joke out of everything.
Yeah.
Like women were dying during femicide. Wakasema wacha tutoe mapangale. You see?
Kuna line ukweli. Sijui, but kila mtu kuna line yake mahali. Do you know, for example, Mapangele ilitoka na ikakuwa controversy na ikaisha hiyo time, si ndio? Venye hii ingine nitoaje ESI?
No, it's not that one.
Before kuna hiyo stingo. Ni Mapangale actually.
Ni Mapangale. Because in your dance yake.
Nimekumbuka ni gani ilileta noma kitambo. Yenye ilileta noma kitambo ni ile ya shoka. Kulikuwa the content was made about kule dem mwenye unfortunately alihaishwa an axe.
Which one? There are very many.
Kuna ile story that it was very ili blow up ile ule mwenye travel kutoka hapa mpaka sijui Moi University ama nini wapi huko.
Oh, okay. I remember.
So kulikuwa na kitu ilitokea na something to do with shoka hiyo time content. You're like, what the fuck? You guys made content about this? Na ikakuwa noma. So venye Mapangile ilitokea, the moment I saw it, I was like, wajameni.
What's the difference?
Like,
what's the difference?
So I was actually surprised at how long it took
for people to
actually be like, wait a minute, what are we seeing? Because like, kwani hamkumbuki guys, tunasahau haraka. But anyway, so clearly, I thought I don't have the line by the way, but clearly pia mimi niko nayo. Because nimetoka kutetea tu artist na nini, but I think ni mali tu mtu ameplace yake.
Yeah.
Watu wanajitetea kweli, pia waseme ilikuwa expression.
It's I think that also now brings us not even to it brings us now to one second about expression. It brings me to the next point, which is I always say with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Being a creative is a great power because yes, we say I like saying we should say everybody's a creative, but kuna percentage. I don't know if you remember the movie Divergent. When there was like, I think the last movie where like, okay, you can get 5 of us are divergent, but kuna mwenye yake ni strong. Yake ni 100%.
Kuna levels to this shit.
Kuna levels.
Na isemanga hata kwa sana.
Exactly. You see?
Hata kwa sana kuna wenye tuko drunk over this shit more than wengine.
So you see, kuna levels of now our creativity. So now us who have decided, this is the hill I'm dying on, we are like 100% divergent, for example. Yeah? And when I look at that movie, for example, same thing. Divergent is the people who nakuja kutuweka sisi wote pamoja. That's the same thing artists do, creatives do. That's happened so many times in our plays, in our films, in our music. It's happened so many times and it's made us come together as a nation. But
great responsibility.
Again, great power
comes
responsibility.
Yeah. So
it has to come. Where is the balance? Because now when exactly what we're talking about expression, where is the balance? Where it becomes you're now actually abusing your power.
Yeah. I think if I was to turn it down to mali or line iko, draw it down to the line and the balance, I think I would draw it down to intention. What is the intention of your art? Because you're all gonna express shit. And una intend hiyo expression yako iko na nini gani?
Kuna nia gani?
Juu mi naweza jipata nime make fun out of something na nini, but kuna unajua ni packaging na whatever, but I want you to actually get whatever I'm saying. But then kuna mwenye amekuja with the actual intention ya kukumake feel dumb ama ya kukuridicule about hiyo kitu yenye na make art about.
Yeah.
Sijui kama hii ni far off example, but rappers gonna rap about shit that is happening every other day. Shit that is sensitive. Shit, especially the hardcore ones.
Wait, those are MCs. There's a difference between a rapper and an MC. Those are MCs.
Siko ni need into hip hop people ndani.
So let me give you the difference. Yeah. So Tupac is an MC. Drake is a rapper. See the difference?
Okay.
Kendrick is an MC. J. Cole is an MC. Dej is a little bit of a rapper. Who else is a rapper? Rick Ross is a rapper. MC? He's an MC. So people whose music actually talks about something like I think in every let's take Pretty Little Things, for example, by J. Cole and Black. That's a song with a very heartful message. Yeah. It's a song about how we should be treasuring women, how we should be taking care and protecting them. Is that as a man, this is, so that's an MC. You've left me with a heartful message. Yeah. If I go to Drake motto. I'm a fat man, young girl. It's
I could
high
do just a
five.
feel
You
good
see,
thing.
I just flip the switch. It's vibes. That's the difference between like, are you telling me a message for me to be hyped up, or
Then it's right to say that there's people who do both.
yes, and the people who do both.
Okay. So yeah, if I was to derive it, hoping it's not a far off example from them, is that sometimes they will nini about such sensitive shit like that, and we will not be offended, because as much as blunt as they might have been, I will know that they want to put it in my radar.
Yeah.
They're not trying to make fun of it or whatever. But then wakimake intention ya kurudi kila nini wanaweza. Case in point in these tracks. Because they also touch some very sensitive things about the person they're dissing.
Yeah.
Now in the nini, you will tell clearly that the intention was off. Umse alikuwa mekiat kukua aggressive in this way.
Yeah. It was an aggressive
so
intention.
So whatever sort of content or whatever art you're doing, can I feel... Because art is also energy.
It is.
It's energy. You could do almost the same thing, maybe even trying to cover it up in the nini. But if I'm true, if I'm real, and I'm tapped into this energy, I will know if you're misusing it. I will feel it. I will know that you're freaking being aggressive, or you're being disrespectful with your art.
Yeah. Talking about disrespectful art, I want to talk about our final topic as we are going to wrap. Our government. Our government, as I think I mentioned earlier, definitely have a crackdown towards creatives. But
everyone really. Creatives also spear sana,
but I personally I feel creative sana, because most creatives ukiona, most of them walijaribu 9 to 5 and it didn't do it, and they're like, fuck it, let me use my God-given gift, and they do that, and then it's okay, now I want to increase the tax. There's a time they wanted, they were proposing royalties to be paid through, is it eCitizen or eTeams, one of those two weird platforms, and then just 2 days later we find out billions are missing. I'm like,
sasa tunajua eCitizen ilikuwa ya nini?
So tunajua ilikuwa wash tu. Ilikuwa tu kusanya pesa ya Wakenya. Thank God I don't use those platforms, only when necessary. Anywho, how do you think our government, and let's be very quick about this, how do you think our government should do better? Like, it's been very strenuous to get support in the arts. It's been very strenuous. What should they do? Like, what should they actually do? It's nice to see that in matters of football, how they can support our footballers is by bribing them.
Yeah,
that's okay. That's at least they're getting money. But at the end of the day, it's not about the money. I really don't think it's about the money. So what exactly can our governments do?
They will do better only if they tend to do better. Only if they actually care about the wellness and the yani unajua health ya hiyo sector, ya hiyo industry, ya unajua for as long as case in point example umepatiana ya hiyo do, how many of us actually believe that hiyo do ilikuwa kwa sababu... It's funny that I'm going to go back to intention. That intention hiyo do ilikuwa truly juu wamefeel nini ya players na wanataka waishi poa na wanataka unajua how many of us believe that it was actually indication ama it was walikuwa na stretch out hand kusaidia to...
It
we were
definitely
probably
wasn't.
riding on something else, indio?
It was PR, you know.
So I don't even think the government doesn't know, and I don't think even us, because if I go into what they should do, I can have my own opinion. Someone else will have their own opinion on how the sector should be treated, and what is more dire, what should be given priority. It's a chunk of things that they should do. But first, when the intention is right, when it is actually to grow, then you need, because then you will even care, and you will come down to hearing all the problems and knowing what can be solved how.
True.
You get my point?
I get you.
And you will actively even be probably hata kitu ya kwanza yenye ulidu utarealize later that kumbe hii hata ni counterproductive, ni utafanya kitu ingine utakichange, but tutatell, we will know if you actually care for the growth and the health of the industry and the sector, because you will be intentional on finding out
What do they need?
You will acknowledge
That we need shit.
and recognize that we are there in the first place. Yeah?
True.
You will not even be comfortable sitting in a seat and you do not have data of how many artists there are, how many artists work on a certain craft in the country. Case in point, when COVID happened and they needed to disperse the 100 million.
Yeah.
For them, it was just a figure. Walijambia pesa ni mingi. Hata wajua wasanii ni wangapi?
Hawajui.
Sisi hiyo time ndio kulikuwa sana nini call for, wait, by the way, hii pesa itagawanishwaje? Wasanii kwanza ni wangapi huku? Unajua
kuna wasanii wa aina gani huku?
Wasanii ni wangapi Kenya? Unaona? So vitu hizo clearly zina go to tell hata tuko mahali kwa
they clearly, we're not even in their train of thought.
Tuko mahali kwa nini? Na anytime we are, it's for different reasons.
It's for
not
different
purely
reasons.
It's for them. You need us to grow.
It's for them. Because every time, even if you look at political campaigns, they always get the artists when they want favor. Kama unataka kuonekana vizuri in the public, use an artist. Oh, by the way, use an artist. And especially if they have a big public touch, that has been the thing. I think as creatives, we should stop letting people use our gifts as a weapon against us.
Yep.
And learn when to say no. Honestly, learn when to say no.
Yeah, learn when it's not. Tazili inatumika vibaya.
Learn when to. Even if the money is good enough,
what's
the cause for, as you're saying? What's the intention for?
Kwa sababu long term ukishatumika vibaya umepiga dent ingine kwa an already dying horse.
Yeah.
So how am I losing my train of thought?
Intention,
so basically,
government, money, how they didn't know how many of us.
How many of us are there?
Alafu uko na watu wanapata royalties ya 1,000. Remember the time wakina BN and Calligraph were getting 1,000 bob as royalties. And you're like, what?
It's hard. Kuna kitu imenipotea, but shit. Ni sawa. Don't worry. What needs to be said has been said.
Hiyo ni kama imeenda.
But yeah, hiyo ni kama imeenda. Anyway, Gava, do better. Nimekumbuka kitu nilikuwa kusema. It's not a bad thing to want something to grow, ama to because you want to get something from it, like to benefit from it. I'm not saying that wanafaa tu kututaka for the point of growth to watake tu to grow hivyo tu watupende bure. Of course, as a government pia lazima mfikirie of what we can reap from it amnini, but the right way to go about it ni unai grow intentionally kwa sababu ya capabilities zake na potential yake ya
and for everyone to benefit.
And for everyone to benefit, not we to kidogo when unajua unahitaji instant. Kwa sababu mimi sisemi ati watu pende bure. Juu kweli we have something to give back.
True.
That's how the world functions. Partnerships are a thing because everyone has got to.
It's a give and take.
Gain.
It's a give and take.
But it is apopa both parties.
True.
Iko hapo kwa both parties.
That's
so
very true.
Ufala ni ati ni mnakam kufanya one thing sa zile mostly mna think of what your party can gain. Kama sahi with all the taxes that are being proposed for baka content na nini kuban.
You've seen how they want to. Have you seen how
alcoholic beverages kuban. Yani unajua how much of the enemy killed by your one nini na hata hamjui na making doa. Unajua ni ujinga sana. Ni ujinga sana kufikiria tu venye utakamua ng'ombe yenye haujawahi lisha. Kila siku unafikiria tu unaweza ifinya wapi tena hiyo maziwa itoke.
Alafu mtu mwenye
kwani
mad. So, we have a closing tradition on this podcast where you tell us one word that describes theater, and then you give us a hashtag that describes the future of theater.
Hiyo si mngeni prepaki. Guys. Some nataka tu nikwe deep people off the top.
Yeah, like kurisema unakuaga ifi naturally, so please flex for us.
Describe theater in one word.
Yes.
I missed overthinking kitu.
What's you overthink?
Bold.
Hashtag for the future of theater. Today, not tomorrow.
What's the word for? I don't know what's the word for kumata, like kukwana stakes.
Value.
value. Like, yeah, like I think the future of us is as mattering, like, like,
I get you.
like having a space,
I get you.
like,
I
you
get
know,
you.
Yeah.
And it starts with us. I always say it starts with us also valuing ourselves. And I want to give you a shout out for valuing yourself, knowing where you cross that. You're like, I ain't doing this because this is not required of me. That is you understanding your value. And creatives need to learn to understand their value, to appreciate their value, and not to be apologetic, especially that one about their value. You're like, okay, I'll do, but if it's a no, it's a no. If it's a yes, it's a yes.
Yeah.
And because this is the hill that we chose to die on, we better die on it properly.
Yep. Let's start by trying not to cringe around that word, first of all. Because it's, we can say it here, but artists will tell you how many times they cringe over that word. Because
Dying on the hill?
No, the
Which
value
one?
thing.
Yes, value.
Mtu anajua, mkiwa na yeye mkikata mahali kwa nyumba, atasema venye, mimi kuna jua value yangu, najua value yangu.
Lakini ikifika
Ngoja siku
hapo,
mtakuwa mmeka kwa industry setting na hawa wengine, anajua inaweza off. Na hiyo ndio tool ya kwanza wametumia.
Yeah.
Wamekufanya uko afraid. Yeah.
That's true.
Kusema jua utaki kukua uko na maringo ama ukati off ama nini. Unajua nani yao ndio make a different connotation to that word value. It's not a bad thing. It shouldn't be
It's
a
a
you're
good
egotistic
thing.
or anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're prideful. It's just what it is.
Awesome. It has been an episode and a half. It has been a conversation and a half. I really love it when I just hear creatives talking their mind and telling us the nitty-gritties. They're calling a spade a spade, and that's what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
Calling a spade a spade. A spade will never be a spoon, and a spoon will never be a fork. This has been Tatanam. Do not forget that we will be here again. Stay African and stay very, very radical. See you next time.